Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to those that are on the East Coast that are joining. Again, my name is Paul Robbins. I am the VP of Sales for the Builder Solutions side of the house at Hyphen Solutions, and I'm very excited to have you joining us today to dive into some new technology that Hyphen's really excited to present and show to our customers and those that are our prospects. So again, we thank you very much for joining, and we really hope to make this a very productive and informative time together. And we will certainly save some time at the end for some questions. Again, a little bit about my background. I have been with Hyphen for about 7 years in a couple of different roles, but today the role of VP of Sales. And really excited about this technology. I've worked with this in the past before. I think it's a great complement to what our businesses are needing and what Hyphen is bringing to the market. Really look forward to this time. I also would like to take this time to introduce Chris Sugg. He is the Chief Innovation Officer at Hyphen Solutions. He has been here since the beginning, and we great to have him today. He's going to really deliver the demo and go through the application and showcase all the feature function capability of our application. So without much further ado, I did want to share that we've got an agenda put together. I'm going to spend just a few minutes on slides as a baseline to Hyphen. Some of you may know who we are based upon, our role in the industry and the things that we've developed and come to market with. And some of you may be our first time actually visiting with Hyphen because of your role in sales or marketing. And this is one of our first entrances into the market with what I would call a sales and marketing type of application, aside from CRM, of course. So I'm going to go through a couple quick slides, as I mentioned. We'll talk about the vision. We'll talk about just a quick overview on the Hyphen platform, some of the differences that stand out that make Hyphen who we are today. And then we'll talk a little bit about Hyphen HomeSight, both from a pre-sales perspective and a post-sales perspective. And then we'll get into the demo and save time for Q&A. So let's move along. So today, Hyphen, our vision is we believe that data should be entered one time and then shared across the enterprise to those constituents that need that information and being consumed on a device or in a manner that's best suitable to them. So we continue to evolve with that vision, and we keep that in mind as we bring new products to the marketplace. Today, Hyphen Solutions looks very different than when it did when we started in business in 1998. Today, we're a very comprehensive provider of builder solutions that are deeply integrated. And I think of this as more as a platform now. So when we started in 1998, we were more of what I would describe as a supply chain scheduling and procurement application that you might know of today as BillPro, and its sister application being SupplyPro, where BillPro and SupplyPro are connected to streamline communication between the builders and the suppliers. With the SupplyPro, it has a single interface for liens and documents and POs. Suppliers are able to view schedules and see future business, as well as notifications, and provide quick and reliable payment access for invoices. As we evolved and just becoming more than BillPro, SupplyPro to the marketplace, we had more and more customers that were asking us to do and develop different products based on need. So today, we have a very robust platform, and at the center of that platform is our ERP products, both Bricks and Homefront today, that integrate tightly integration to BillPro into different modules that we have built through the requests and enhancements of our customer base. So we're really excited to kind of share with you today. The one that we'll highlight today will be the home visualization solution that we refer to and have branded as Hyphen HomeSight. But I do want to point out that we have also in the last couple of years built a real neat application called Hyphen Wallet. It's really meant to, in partnership with JPMorgan Chase, to build and provide a payment solution that is very easy to use for both the builder and the supplier. And as we go forward, we continue to develop applications But really what makes us different today than are some of the other vendors in the marketplace is that our technology is meant to be disruptive, but yet very connected. In a way that, I mean, we have two-way real-time collaboration between the supplier and the builder, and also between our applications between Build Pro and Supply Pro, and even to ERP, the back office applications. So we've really built that being the backbone of Hyphen and how we bring our products to market, and we keep that in mind. It's an industry standard platform that integrates to many different accounting applications and platforms as well. So we weren't just limited in our approach to the market. We wanted to address as many of the different ERPs that are available in the marketplace today. And of course, we entered that market as well back in 2017. Of course, we are a cloud-based software provider. We are Sarbanes-Oxley favorable based on the fact of the amount of work that we do with the publicly traded builders. One of the unique things I really love about Hyphen and how we've brought product to marketplace is I would like to tell you that we really know where the market is going, but we listen to our different customers and prospects as we enter the market and we bring applications to bear. So really excited about what we continue to do and what we drive within our user community. And of course, and most importantly, we reinvest money back into our development every year. I want to show you this slide, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that our applications are widely used amongst the top 25 builders in North America today. I say this to you because I want to stress the reliability of these applications in terms of uptime, the scalability. When I speak of all these builders here, they all have a Build Pro, Supply Pro deployed to all of their existing divisions amongst other applications, both ERP and modules. So the benefit to the builder is that when an enhancement or a feature has been developed, that application and that source code is then becomes available to all the different users within the Hyphen family. So we're not just for the large national builders, but the regional builders. And I would even say for sure that this applies solely to your single market builders as well, that they have access to the same application and configurations that everybody else does. I also want to highlight that Hyphen is a very healthy financial company, and we continue that today as well. The Hyphen network, when I speak of the Hyphen network, that is that relationship between the different builder and the supplier. We think of that today in terms of what we refer to as our Hyphen network, but today there's over 16,000 different suppliers, trades, and vendors that make up that Hyphen network. And today they are located, they're located all across North America. But today we're going to focus on Hyphen HomeSight. I'm really excited about this application and what it does for us. Early this year, right before IBS, we acquired Chameleon Power. As I mentioned, we've branded that application Hyphen HomeSight, and it is a design visualization application meant to support the builder for a number of different reasons to either one, increase your lead to sales conversion. That way you can allow buyers to visualize their dream home. And if you've ever been into a design studio, you know that what you mostly see are samples. So now the technology exists that you can create renderings with all the different multitude of products and see what those actual renderings will look like. And that can be very advantageous, not for just both the builder, but the home buyer, so they can visualize and see their dream home. And it makes also that exchange between your designers and your design studios and your customers that more of a trusted advisor role, and it makes them more efficient. I think it brings down the amount of time that's spent in a design studio, which was very important in the pandemic. So there's a lot of benefits that we see as a result of using this technology, not just as a way to draw more and more of your clients to the web and stickiness, but real hard value around driving what I would also call, driving customer satisfaction. And this is really becoming a requirement today to showcase your homes and taking more and more of your business to the web. One last thing I want to highlight is we at Hyphen, we think of this, the embarking on a design visualization strategy is more of a journey. And we look at that from the standpoint of Hyphen HomeSight combined with your CRM tied to Bill Pro and Supply Pro and warranty really creates this journey and this life cycle for your home buyer that should and will make the experience for your home buyers even that much more empowering for the actual home buyer. So hopefully I've given you a little bit of a high level overview of our application. I now want to turn it over to Chris Sugg to do the demo. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Paul. Okay, I think everybody can see my screen. So what I wanted to do is walk through two different kind of sides to the HomeSight application. One is a pre-sale tool that would be embedded in the builder's website, so embedded in your website to help potential home buyers visualize their dream home, make design changes, be able to see exteriors and interiors, to be able to save those selections, to be able to go back to them later, and ultimately drive a great lead for you to be able to ultimately sell them one of your homes, right? So that's one side, and I've created a company called ABC Homes, and we're gonna go through that demo on the pre-sale tool. After the pre-sale tool, theoretically, you've taken that lead that's spent a lot of time on your website, and this customer's built their dream home, and then you're gonna put them into your sales process. You're gonna get them signed up to a contract, and they're gonna buy a lot. And then after that, when they buy that house, I'm gonna show you what we call our post-sale kind of more design center solution. So this will be able to help your now home buyer to be able to look at all the different options that are available, be able to wish list all the different things that they like within all the different categories. So from, you know, siding to floors in their home to the tile in their bathroom, all the different things that need to be picked during a design center selection process. You'll be able to give them a chance to wish list it. You'll be able to see the selections that they picked and then really cut down on that design center time. And that'd be kind of the post-sale design center tool as well. So, and if kind of any time during my demo here, just feel free to ask your questions in the panel, and we'll get to them right after the demo. So, without further ado, I will go ahead and dive into the ABC Homes demo. So this is a pre-sale tool. This product is embedded inside your website. We actually design it. I'll show you kind of the demo that we put together, and then towards the end, I'll actually go into a customer and show you kind of the difference that they've got. This is fully customized to meet your needs of your design, colors and aesthetics that you have within your current website. So it never looks like that they leave. They can't tell that they left. Everything's branded to you. And so this is kind of a website that we built for that. And on your website, typically today, you're going to have the ability to select communities and look at different plans in those communities. And so this is just kind of a representation of that. I like this Evanston one. Obviously, you're going to have pictures of kind of those outsides and the particular elevations that are available. So in the particular plan, so in this case, we've got 3 plans available within this community. I'm going to select the Durban plan. Typically on your website still today, you've probably got some 2D rendering of the layout of the homes and within those plans. So when I've chose this particular plan, I can actually filter on different bedrooms, which will filter the choices that I've got to be able to make here, and for us to be able to look at all the different options that are available. So I'm going to pick the Durban plan from here. And then this is kind of where we want to get them a little bit of a feel about how they can actually interact with their floor plan. So to be able to say, hey, I'd actually like an extra outlet in this room, also like an extra outlet in the office, and then I don't see any fans in the bedroom or the office. So be able to play with their 2D rendering a little bit, to be able to make it feel a little bit more personal for their own, be able to add an outlet here and there, and to be able to add other items that you see fit, for them to be able to customize their floor plan slightly, right? No major changes, just small changes there. The next thing that we're going to do is be able to choose an elevation. And really, this is typically, you'll look at this word and you see this start designing is the button that you click. This is really typically where we'll take over. You've got a lot of the pieces before to be able to look at communities and the location of those communities, the amenities within those communities, as well as the plans that are in those communities. And you typically have a few pictures of those communities, but right now is really where we're going to choose the Durban plan that we really like in this particular elevation instead of the Jameson or the Chapman. We're going to look at this Durban, we're going to hit start designing, and this is really where we kind of take over. If you notice, we kind of still have the aesthetic of our builder name. We have moved on the left nav. What you'll see is we're kind of driving the potential home buyer down through a selection and down through a process that we'd like them to follow. Now they can actually click on the render and be able to choose a particular different style. In that case, I've selected the roof. They can also choose maybe the exterior, and all these items on the left nav, on the right nav that I'm showing you here today, from siding to stone to the brick patterns that are here, all these are the exact items from your manufacturers that you potentially can have your home buyers pick. So this is not just a representation of some particular brick or siding from some other manufacturers, or a generic brick or generic siding. This is actually, we work with your manufacturers to be able to take their materials in, to be able to get rendering images of those so that we can render as clearly and effectively as possible in the picture to make sure that it looks exactly like it should look on their home, so they can actually build a dream home and see what it looks like. So I'm going to pick a particular stone. So I can pick this white stone. I can kind of pick a darker stone. I can also, click on the trim package and look at the particular colors. The colors are also the colors that are your colors from your manufacturers as well. So all these materials, from the roof to the walls to the front door to the house trim, shutters and windows, all those particular items are your manufacturer, your window manufacturer, those exact things that are offered to your customers for them to be able to pick. So they are building their dream home with your world that they can build with all of your items and all of your options and all your design selections that are actually available to the customer. If we continue to the next selection, what you'll see is a particular wave that we can actually have different palettes for you to be able to choose from. So if this, a couple of different ways you can use this. You can use this to denote different colors and different styles. These are pre-curated packages for you and your design team to put together. These can also be packages and selections that you've put together that can be different price points. So if you notice on the far right that I've got kind of the premium dollar sign, this would be maybe a potentially more expensive option. So you can do it kind of, if you want it to be based on, the different colors, you want it to be based on upgrade package 1, upgrade package 2, upgrade package 3, to give them a sense of kind of from base to premium. Today I'm going to select kind of this modern one, and I'll show you why this one is the one in particular that in case there is an option that you would like to be able to show your potential home buyers pricing and how that affects it, then you can do that as well. If you notice at the top right now, this kitchen is at around $18,955. So that may not be something that you want to be able to show a potential home buyer, but we do have requests from people, so I want to be able to make sure that we show you all the different aspects of the tool and to let you pick on what you want, which is, I think, kind of a good segue into talking about kind of the different ways to be able to customize this world. So, maybe elevation is not, very important to you, but kitchen and bathroom is. Then over here on the left navigation, we can, be able to select and remove elevation from your menu option, right? Maybe exterior is really important and kitchen only, and so we can remove bathroom, right? And so it's really up to you on what journey that your customer, that you would like to take them from the very beginning of their journey on your website to the end of visualizing their dream home. This is also something that you can start with and then build upon. So if the elevation and exterior is a real key feature for you, then we can start out with that. And then after we implement that, then later on, a couple months down the road, you can also add in kitchen and bathroom. And so we built this tool to be very flexible, to be able to grow with you, to be able to have you offer your potential home buyers as much different flexibility and as much customization as really you want it to be, and to have you be able to decide the path that your potential home buyer goes down. So right now, a couple other items kind of around the edges here. You can undo things, you can redo selections, you can zoom in on the particular scene. You can select a new palette, so this will go back to the design palette selection and be able to choose another palette if you want to choose the gray selection. Sharing is a big aspect of that as well, so we obviously want them to be able to share it on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and email, to be able to say, hey, listen, look at this cool house that I designed, what do you think about it? Do you think I should go with, the red roof or the, gray roof, etc. And so sharing and collaboration and social media is a big deal in this as well. So we've got that covered. And so, in this case, let's start looking at different items to select here. So we've got a different floor that I really like. I can potentially select other things this way. I can also, if you notice, we obviously like to categorize things that have a lot of options in them. And so if you hit a lot of drop downs, then we've got hardware, or would you want to look at the tile selections? Here are the tile selections that are possible as well. You can also, instead of clicking in the on the item in here, you can also just click on cabinets, and the cabinets will come up as well. So I've lightened up the cabinet some. If I want to look at potentially the countertop here, maybe a dark countertop, and then a really cool feature that I think customers really like is this compare tool that we have, which, if you'll notice, kind of allows you to be able to select two different items and to be able to render this. So now what I'm doing to the right side is I'm selecting, just selected a different counter. I'm going to select some dark cabinets, and on my backsplash, I'm going to select, you can look at some tile sizes even that you can have here to be able to render that. And then maybe let's do some tile on the floor. Now, Paul always gets on to me about my design aesthetic, but I think we can all agree that that looks amazing. And so if I want to be able to look at kind of my two selections from one side, or if I like the other side, then I can kind of choose the particular items that I like to see within each of the renderings, and then kind of start selecting kind of my final option for me to be able to look at the one in particular that I like the most. And so really cool way to be able to kind of choose two different pictures within one, and start to kind of choose and re-look at the different ways that we're able to, design our kitchen, which ones that we like the best, be able to share that. What I also just clicked on was, I clicked on swap view. So instead of kind of, we have the ability to kind of walk around the kitchen, but in case you want to just do a couple of multiple points. So before we were in the living room looking at the kitchen, now we're kind of exiting the garage and looking towards the living room. You get a different vantage point of this kitchen that you designed, and then you can once again start to, design the different pieces here to be able to look at what would that look like, if I was to, really start to look at it in a different light, right? So the next item that we've got on board as well is the bathroom, same principle. If you notice, each of the different exterior versus kitchen versus bathroom, they've all got different surfaces to choose on the right. So in this case, we're talking about the particular area of the shower. We've got cabinet handles, so we can actually change those cabinet handles to a particular service as well. All of our fixtures can be changed as well. So if you've got different from chrome to brushed nickel to gold to matte black, etc., those can be ones as well. So it's not just kind of surfaces only. It's actually hardware fixtures. You can do lighting as well. We also shade the scene for different light vantage points, because obviously, as we know, light changes a lot of things on color. So these are all things that we can change, obviously countertop as well. So that's something that you can change here. You can also do the compare. And so the next kind of item that we are working on is to give you the ability to be able to show that that lot and that plot map, so that you can tell customers, hey, these are the ones that are available, these are the ones on hold, these are the ones that are sold, and for them to be able to pick and select one of those lots, see where that would be within the different subdivision and community that you're building. As Paul mentioned, Hyphen Wallet and us being able to pay trade partners. Our goal in the future with this is, and if a customer would like to, is really making sure that they've got the ability to reserve a particular lot in the future, something that we're working on. So really embedding even Hyphen Wallet into this experience, so that people can start reserving different lots as well. So they can kind of select their lot here. And then really the last selection is for them to be able to see exactly what they built. So here's our exterior. If you notice, we've got samples of different items that they did, the SKU numbers of different things. You can also have it being printed so people can sign this. If we look at the kitchen, then you remember we started out with I think an $18,900 bill at the beginning. And then that's what we ended up designing, which ended up costing $25,904. So if pricing is something that, in a pre-sale tool that you would like, then we've got that option to be able to do it. Or if that's not something that you want to provide, then pricing is completely removed. Totally up to you. In this case, you can look at the different levels that are here, the different SKUs, the different packages that they've chosen, the unit price, the cost, and to be pretty transparent to your customer once again, to be able to have any signatures you want down below for this. And kind of the last step is, after they built their dream home, they like what they've chosen, they're kind of being able to see the different 3 renders that they created. Then they're able to save this house that they just designed. They can register, and this is really where the software comes in, to where we try to capture as most information as possible, but a minimal amount, so that they do want to be able to save this rendering so they can go back and edit it later. And then this is also where we do the capture of information and send all this information to whatever CRM system that you're using today that captures your leads, whether that's Hyphen CRM or another product. We integrate that to your Hyphen CRM application. And then now you've got a lead, you know, kind of what communities are interested in, how they built their house, you know, what they really liked about it, which elevation that they chose. And so you're able to get a lot of information, have a really great, meaningful conversation with them. Hey, you know, look like you spent a long time on our website, you know, building this house, you know, looks, you know, amazing. What was really the first thing that captured, you know, your interest in our product? So, you know, really great thing to be able to show them here. Once you do save it, and then we can save our current project for something there, or we can actually look at my projects and be able to go in and view that image, remove that image, and, you know, kind of go back to what I've already created, right? And so this is where they're able to kind of start to have a relationship with you with a login, to be able to design that dream home. So that's kind of it on the pre-sale tool. Like I said, kind of keeping on with the workflow. We'll send you that CRM lead. You'll turn that lead into prospect. You'll contract that homeowner, and then that homeowner, in this example, have now bought this house. And now what we're going to do is be able to give them a login to their design center selections that they're able to make. And so now this is a post-sale tool. So they've already bought 101 Main Street. They picked a particular plan, elevation, and swing. They've selected their structural options, and now we're going to start having them pick all their design centers. So this is really helping out with that design center journey that you're going to take your customer on. Many of you may, and this can help with those of you that do your own design centers, outsource design centers, or that do a lot of virtual design centers. So what this allows you to be able to do is, based on what the customer selected, what plan they selected, what options that are available to them in that plan, we're able to build a customized left nav for that customer to be able to start wish listing items. So we've got siding here, we've got the different shingles that can be picked. We've got looking at the particular doors that are available. We've got different stone that can be chosen, right? All the different cabinets that are possible to be able to pick. And if you notice within cabinets, for instance, you know, we've got different rooms that need cabinets, right? So every room that needs cabinets, we need to be able to wish list those, right? So we're not just kind of generically picking cabinets, we're picking cabinets within a particular, you know, room as well. Same thing with countertops. We've got a lot of different countertops that we need to pick. You know, we can look at different sinks that are available, right? Flooring is obviously, you know, a huge thing. So here's all the flooring items within each different room that are here. So if we kind of just look at siding, very similar to how we do the pre-sale application, we want to make sure that we give them categories. So if you picked that flooring, if you remember, there was like tile and wood, those are different options for them to be able to choose from. And then once they're within the wood, then they have all the selections within the wood. Same principle here. We've got 8 different selections of categories up here. We've got board and pattern, we've got a premium, we've got a shaker style. So if we pick those shaker style and I click it, then the bottom now changes to different items that we like. Here are some things that we've wish listed. I can remove those from wish lists because I really like this gray color here. I can add that to my selections. I can expand that so that we can get a little bit you know, more detailed picture of what that item looks like. But I think really where we shine is to be able to take this picture and to be able to say view and visualizer And so what we do now is we actually take that selection and then we put it on the house actually. So instead of just trying to look at a large photo and a zoomed in photo to be able to see if this is really going to work with my, large exterior of my house, how about we just show them exactly what it's going to look like on their house, which is going to give them a really great sense to be able to figure out exactly what products are going to work well together. So if they go back here, they say, yep, that color looks really good. I like that color. They can wish list it. So I'm going to remove a couple of these ones that I don't like, because I think I picked that one that I really do like. As I mentioned, we can look at, if we want to look at countertops, for instance, and we're looking in the kitchen, and we can look at some laminate or quartz or granite. We like this particular quartzite, then we can view in a visualizer, and now we're in the kitchen to be able to look at the particular item that I just selected within the kitchen. So not just a blown up picture, but how's this actually going to work, right? And that might actually change my selection. I can actually look at different items here and be able to select different items here and apply those actually back to your wish list items. So a couple of different ways to be able to look and select different things. So we've got to pick the countertops in our kitchen. We got to pick one in the kitchen island. We got to pick one in the half bath. Also, if you notice here at the bottom, we've got other options that they need to be able to fill out. We have a notes section in case they want to let us know some information about it. So definitely being able to take a lot of different aspects of the countertops to be able to make sure that we get all the information that we need and we get all their selections so that we can have a great, meaningful conversation. And really, for customers that use this tool, it typically shrinks down that design center time by about 50% because you already know exactly what they can see, because your designers can actually see every selection that this home buyer has already made. So when they come in, they already have exactly what they like. They say, actually, these two things go better together. This is a better option and a selection than this color. So I really think you ought to go with this, gray kind of pattern that you've got within all these different rooms. If you want to look at kind of everything that you selected, you can click on my selections up here and be able to look at all their selections. Here's all of our siding ones. Here's our shingles. Here's our windows that we selected, our doors, our shutters, and all the way down the list from our cabinets and countertops. And like I said, all your different faucets and where that faucets are. This one's going in the kitchen. This is going to the kitchen island. Our interior lighting, this is kitchen, half bath. This is all the different lighting that's in there that we wish listed. Here's all of our flooring, which is really large, our interior paint, and our, any exterior trim is right here as well. So really every selection you can do, or you can kind of filter, different items for you to be able to show here. You can also print this current view, which kind of loads all the different items, has a particular purchaser signature and name if you'd like to use that as well, and really be able to visualize that particular selection that they're able to make. Like I said, on the all selections, they can really see what things don't work well together, and then if they want to change their selections and kind of in deciding, then we can go straight into deciding, start to look at different items that seem to look better, remove things from their selections, and really be able to choose the ones that we really like the best to be able to visualize that, so we can add that to our selections. So once again, we can view that in our visualizer and be able to have that visualizer come to life with the selections that we just made for that. And they can actually kind of come in here and actually change that and see what that would actually look like within this pattern. If they really like that, then that's something that now it's telling us that has been applied here, and that's now going to be part of our wish list item in the background. So make sure I'm kind of, as I wrap up here, if you want to ask any more questions, just please use the chat tool for that. And what I'm going to do kind of just to end is kind of show you Crystal Creek Builders and what they've done. They're obviously big in the exterior realm, and so wanted to make sure that we were able to select an item for them to be able to, this is their exterior item. So as you notice, they're kind of have a green aesthetic. They're shared or always showing, because they want to make sure that in their case, they wanted any of the share tools to be, always seen. They have a change scene button that goes back to their ability to be able to select their different options there. In this case, they can actually choose a different driveway. So, particular driveway or particular, siding and roof, or be able to choose that as well. On the scene though, let's go to bathroom. So this is, once again, kind of them being able to look at the different options that are available here and to be able to choose that. They've got categories for tile, vinyl plank, hardwood, and laminate. So this is tile. You can choose a different tile here to be able to see that. This is completely mobile friendly. So all of our websites, we want to make sure that our customers don't have to use a browser. So to make sure that the scenes and the pictures and everything are responsively designed. So whether you're on an iPad or a phone, et cetera, it shrinks down for them to be able to do this completely in a mobile environment as well. If we want to look at, the countertop and be able to change that, or let's change it to be more white. And then let's see, so fixtures, so they've got a bronze fixture, champagne, chrome, and stainless. So if we want to be able to select that, you'll notice that these fixtures right here changed, all these fixtures. And then, we've got our floor. If we want to look at our surround, we can choose our surround. You'll see that, okay, do I just want to do the shower floor, or do I really want to do, all the different pieces? And so now you'll see that only the shower floor changed to our particular item right there. Or you can have everything change within a particular selection, right? So, well, I want to leave time for a few questions, and so Paul, I want to make sure that I covered everything you wanted me to cover, and then we'll kind of get into some questions.
Yes, I think so, Chris. Thank you, and great job. So at this point, there would love to entertain or field questions from the audience. So please fire away.
So yeah, we have a few questions that have come in during the webinar. The first one is, will you forward the recording afterwards so I may share with my design team? Yes. So this webinar recording will be sent out to all registrants 24 hours after the webinar ends, so that we have time to just kind of edit or cut out any of the beginning or ending parts. So yes, you guys will all receive this webinar recording. It will also be available on our website. Next question. Is this integrating with Homefront Sales, or does it need to be built from scratch?
No, yeah, so this integrate, yeah, so as Paul mentioned, kind of created this HomeSight product over the first couple of quarters. And so on the pre-sale tool, integrating to any CRM tool is what we already do today. And then right now we're working on the integration to really plumb up all of our ERP systems to be able to have interaction between them, so that if you add items within your ERP system, those items would be able to show up in here, so that you're not having to maintain two different systems. So yep, so working on that integration now, but the Legion, which is kind of on the pre-sale tool to be able to send you all of your leads, that's available today.
Do we have to provide our own images, or can Hyphen create images from our current plans and elevations?
Yes, so both ways. So if you've got pictures and plans that you would like us to render for you, We have a rendering, entire rendering team and a design team that does that every day. And so well versed in doing that for you. So yes, we can take your images. We also do have some stock images. So maybe exterior wise, you wanted to make sure that it's exactly like yours, but on the interior, it's okay that the kitchen's not exactly the same, but it gives them a really good idea about in general what their kitchen's going to look like. And so you can use stock images of ours as well. So we have a lot of different exterior, kitchen, bath, living room pictures that you can use as well. So either way for us to be able to work with you. Also during the design, it's a very much more interactive design process. So the sales and marketing team and your team and then our team kind of sit down and design out and lay out your particular website on how you want it to look and feel. So if you want to have it look and feel this way, if you want to have it look and feel this way, or another particular way, then we're working with your design team and you will actually see the finished product of the how the website will lay out, all the different pictures. For instance, this picture, how clear these pictures will be, how the renderings will look, all before we kind of get started on the actual rendering piece. So you're able to really get a really good sense and really sign off on exactly what we're going to build. It's got a really great design tool where you're able to actually interact with the designers and see the entire outline, not like a wireframe, but an actual exactly what your website and what your product's going to look like before we build it for you.
Awesome. Next question. What benefits are the home buyers receiving from Hyphen HomeSight according to builders you've worked with?
I'll start with that. I know Chris will have some insight there as well. We definitely see that the conversion rate from leads are very high. In some instances, as high as 30%. You eliminate a lot of the manual processes as a result of having this type of a technology and solution. I want to go back and address the customer experience. I really feel like that when we've talked to builders that are embarking on this typical type of endeavor, they're really about trying to improve the customer experience. Now, what does that mean for the builder? It means a lot of things. That hey, we're getting more traffic on our website. We're getting more time spent with people that are looking at our plans and our options, and just creating that stickiness and really driving that customer interaction is really important. And that also translates to less time in the design studio. It translates to happier customers when they see that there are certain products available by way of integration to the back office, and understanding, hey, this is available to me, versus being online and seeing that there are products that they want to select that are not available, but they're available to select. So there's a lot of advantages that technology can provide that really make this process an enjoyable one. So we can talk about social media, the ability to market by way through social media, and showing those different types of selections that people can share through social media. The list is kind of endless, and of course, the pandemic raised some of that, but in the beginning, but now it's really, I feel like, here to stay. The technology is there. We are definitely believers in the integration, and as Chris pointed out, we will have this integration built very soon for the back office. So a lot of that is available and will be available here very soon. So.
Great. Next question. Do you have a repository of manufacturer images, or would this need to be loaded into the system?
Yes, so great question. So we've got about 1.5 million different manufacturers, SKUs, and pictures and items. So many of those, as Paul mentioned, kind of at the very beginning of the presentation, a lot of the visualization that we do today is done actually for suppliers, distributors, and manufacturers, as well as builders. And so for Arizona Tile or some other different manufacturers that and distributors that do that, we actually have all of their products already because we are actually their product catalog and we're visualizing all their products for them already. So we've got about 1.5 million different items that are available for you to be able to, that we've already got. I'm sure that we'll have manufacturers that, you'll have manufacturers that we don't have. So maybe, maybe it's, 30 or 40% that we need to go get. And what we do is that's really our job. So it's a service that is part of the project plan that we provide. We, on your behalf, we actually go out and work with the manufacturers to say, hey, listen, we're trying to create a item for this. We're trying to work with this builder and we need all of your cabinet colors. We need this 10 cabinet colors because this is what this builder provides. And then we work with them to get those items, the item descriptions and the clear 4K pictures that we need to be able to use to be able to do that. And so we really work on your behalf. We do have a lot, but probably don't have every one of them, but we work to be able to do that. We also have the ability, and we do this for a lot of manufacturers, when they don't actually have images of their products, they actually send us their images, and we have a machine that produces perfect images. So that's another option that we work, but that's really us working with the manufacturers on your behalf. So we do that for you.
Great. How will this help builders to better forecast their trends?
Yeah, so I think Paul mentioned a little bit, one of the advantages I think of this is to be able to see, what items are being selected from your website and what people, what plans are the most popular, what elevations are the most popular, what items are the most popular, what colors, what stone, brick, floor, tile, which manufacturers seem to be, selling better, that seem to be selected more. So I feel like a pretty interesting information and data that you're able to gain kind of on who's selecting what. And then obviously you can also see in the end result and the post-sale kind of design center tool that I showed, you can then, see actually what they ended up really picking in the end result, which ones they picked. So you can kind of get a different aspect from the pre-sale tool to the post-sale tool.
One other aspect of that too is we have seen some builders start selling more or providing more in the way of packages, reducing the number of SKUs or items that are provided, and really from a procurement standpoint, that helps with the purchasing or purchasing power, also tied to that data piece that Chris is discussing. So buying in packages, providing those packages to your customers also been a very beneficial way that builders have been able to manage cost and process as well.
Okay, last question. So HomeSight seems to have two distinct assets, the lead generation side and the design center side. Can I choose to implement only one side of the system, or do both sides have to be implemented in order to utilize the platform?
We have clients that have asked for both. We have clients that have wanted to start it on sales and that aspect. And then we also have a number of clients that look and say, hey, look, we want to just really start, at the beginning from an exterior and in a selected community and plan and a lot of the structural options along with elevations and being able to provide those renderings. It really is up to the client. We have the ability to deliver both, or we can start with one or the other. It's flexible. There's perhaps some subtle differences in how we would go through implementation and setup, but that is all things that we encounter and cover every day. So we're able to deliver on whatever is best for the customer, really what they want to embark on first.
Perfect. Well, that's all the questions that we have for today. So if there's nothing else you guys want to add, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
I do. I want to say thank you to everybody that attended. We appreciate your time. It's as we near the end of the year. We are looking forward to the additional development that will come with Hyphen HomeSight, and hopefully we'll see some of you soon, and even at IBS next year, where we're going to make a big splash with this technology. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you.